All right. So the first question is question 2. First question is question 2. So the new topic now is quadratic equations. Later we'll do what are called inequalities, which we have done in grade 10. Okay, so we are done with exponents and sets. We are now doing the second topic. So A to B, solving by factorization. Right. Just give me a second. I need to recalibrate my EV. So we are going to solve quadratic equation by factorization. Okay. Now this part you have done it in grade 9, so 9 and grade 10. So it's not totally new. So question 2 we have 2x squared minus x minus 6 equal to 0. Alright, now if you want to solve that quadratic equation, first thing you must check if it is in standard form. That is, it must be of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, so always when you see any equation with an exponent of x which is equal to 2, we call it a quadratic equation. Okay, so you must try and rearrange the terms if they are not rearranged, or you must try to create the quadratic equation if it's not done for you. So for this question, it's already done for us, so we just have to factorize. Now, I'm not sure whether you know this technique of factorization, but I'm just going to talk about it quickly. But I'm going to assume at the same time that you know how to factorize a trinomial. So we need the coefficient of the first term, that is 2, and the constant term, right? So if I multiply those two, I will get negative 12. Then I'm going to need, okay, to find two factors of minus 12 such that if I add them, I'll get the coefficient of x there, which is minus 1. Okay? So the only two factors of minus 12 that can give me minus 1 is minus 4 plus 3. That will give me minus 1. Alright? So this method that I'm showing you now is probably a new method that you haven't seen before, but if you have seen it, then that's great. Alright? I'm not here to teach you how to factorize because that's what you're supposed to do in the previous grade. Then I can rewrite this minus x using minus 4 and 3. So I can write it as 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 6. This is equal to 0. Okay? Remember, this is an equation, so it must have one equal sign. Okay, then I'll take out a common factor, another common factor there. So I'll have 2x times x minus 2 plus. Here the common factor is 3 times x minus 2 equal to 0. The objective is to have a common factor there. So I now have a common factor, then I'll take that common factor out. This is probably a new method to some of you. Okay, I could have moved straight away from here to there, but as a teacher, I might need to show you how I get my two binomial factors. So for you to be able to solve a quadratic equation by factorization, you must be able to determine, or rather to determine all the factors of a trinomial. Once you get here, it shouldn't be difficult. You equate each binomial to 0. Okay? You equate each binomial to 0. What that means is x is going to be equal to 2, or x is going to be equal to minus 3 over 2. And then you are done. Okay? So that's how you could do that question. Right? I'm not sure how you were taught how to factorize, but you just follow the method that you were taught in grade 9 and grade 10 of factorizing a trinomial. Right? In this grade, you are going to learn about two new methods plus the use of a calculator to solve a quadratic equation, but I'll talk about that in the next coming days. Right? Is there anyone who has got a question before I carry on? Number 5. So number 5, we've got 3x squared minus 3 times x minus 1 is equal to 4 times 2x plus 1 plus 3. So the first thing here, because it's a complex equation, we still have to remove the brackets first, okay? Or rather, you have to remove the brackets first. So this will be 3x squared minus 3x plus 3 equal to 8x plus 4 plus 3. Then you take all the terms to the right, take them to the left, you get 3x squared minus 11x, okay, minus 4. That's equal to 0. Okay, so I have created the quadratic equation. Okay, it's in standard form. Then the next thing, I'm going to use the same method that I used earlier. The coefficient of x squared is 3. The constant term is minus 4. So 3 times minus 4 give me minus 12. Then I need two factors of minus 12 such that if I add them, they will give me minus 11. What are those two factors? Which two factors of minus 12 are such that if I add them, I'll get minus 11? I'm waiting for you to talk. Which two factors of minus 12 are such that if you add them, you will get minus 11? Can you talk, please? Okay, Zach, you have to be very specific. Is the 12 negative and the 1 positive and so on? Be specific. Is the 12 negative and the 1 positive? You're almost there. So if you just make that 12 negative and the 1 positive, you'll be able to get minus 11. So what that means, I can write this as 3x squared minus 12x, okay, plus x minus 4 equal to 0, right? Because the two factors are going to be minus 12 times 1, okay? That will give me minus minus 12, and minus 12 plus 1 give me minus 11. So, I can take out a common factor here, that will be 3x, that's x minus 4. Then here I can take out a common factor which is positive 1, and I'll get open bracket x minus 4 equal to 0. Now, it is very important for you to know that this method, its objective is to create a common factor. Then you take out the common factor, x minus 4 times 3x plus 1. Here there is a 1 there, that's divisible. And we get equal to 0. So we equate the x minus 4 to 0, and the 3x plus 1, we equate it to 0. So your final answers will be x equal to positive 4 or x equal to minus 1 over 3. Okay. This is supposed to be 1 over 3. Okay. 1 over 3. Okay? So you are done. Right, that's number 2. Then the next one was question 16. The next one was question 16. Okay, so for question 16, you have to create a quadratic equation. So that's 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 5 equal to 9. Now here, though we have binomial factors there, we have this 9 here. Because of that 9 on the right-hand side, we have to use FOIL on the left-hand side. So you have to use FOIL first, multiply those two, multiply those two, multiply these two, multiply those two. That's the first thing that you have to do. The objective of doing that is to create a quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So 2x times 2x will give me 4x squared. 2x times minus 5, I'll get minus 10x. Positive 3 times positive 2x, that will give me 6x. Positive 3 times negative 5, that's negative 15 equal to 9. Then, I'm going to rearrange the terms and form a quadratic equation. That will be positive or negative 4x. That's negative 4x. If I take the 9 to the left, I'm going to get minus 24 equal to 0. Right. So I now have my standard form. But if you look at this, standard form now, if you look at it carefully.
Attention, please. Will all RCL bricks go to the pull down with their back, and all RCL bricks. We also found a cell phone. The cell phone is with finance. If you lost it and can identify it, kindly go there and grab it. Thank you.
Okay, because we have got a coefficient of x squared, which is the 4 there. We have got minus 4 and we have got 24. Which means that we have got a highest common factor that we may need to take out. So that highest common factor is going to be a 4. So this becomes 4. I'll end up having 4 open bracket x squared minus x minus 6 equal to 0. The reason why I'm factorizing there is I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. Okay? I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. Then you divide both sides by 4. If you do that, you get a new quadratic equation, x squared minus x minus 6 equal to 0. Now, because you are in grade 11, I expect you to know how to factorize this trinomial. It will be x minus 3 times x plus 2 equal to 0. Therefore, I can say x minus 3 equal to 0 or x plus 2 equal to 0. And my final answer will be x equal to 3 or x equal to negative 2. And then we are done. Okay? So mark your work if you did the homework. Right? I'll send you the PDF of the corrections at the end. All right? So let's move on to the next one. That's number 19. Okay, number 19. Number 19, we have x times 4x plus 5 is equal to 2 times 2x minus 1 all over 3. Okay? Now, before you do this question, you need to know that we have a fraction on the right-hand side. Because of the fraction on the right-hand side, we need to know that the denominator of the left-hand side is going to be a 1. Okay? So, I can cross multiply, which means this 3 multiplies that x. If I do that, I will get 3x times 4x plus 5 is equal to 2 times 2x minus 1. So once I do that cross multiplication, means I would have eliminated the denominator. Because remember, a quadratic equation does not have a denominator. In actual fact, the denominator is 1. So I've made the denominator equal to 1. Then I'm going to remove the bracket, so that will be 12x squared plus 15x is equal to 4x minus 2. Then I'll create my quadratic equation, so that 12x squared plus 11x plus 2 equal to 0. Right? Then, when you get to this point now, you have to know how to factorize. So, this trinomial is a little bit complex. Okay? This trinomial is a little bit complex. You have to know how to factorize a trinomial. So, our coefficient here, it's a 12. The constant term, it's a 2. Okay? So we need to find two factors such that if I multiply 12 by 2, I'll get 24. So I need two factors of 24 such that if I add them, I'll get 11. What will be the two factors? Which two factors of, which two factors of 24 are such that if you add them, you'll get 11? Can you tell me which two factors of 24 can be added to give 11? You have to know your factors from grade 8 and 9. I need someone to give me an answer before I carry on. Which two factors of 24 are such that if you add them, you get 11? I want you to list all the factors of 24, starting with 1, 2, and so on. And then among those factors, determine two factors of 24 that can add up to 24. And tell me before I carry on. If you don't want to talk, you can just write your answer there. I'm waiting. Which two factors of 24 can be added to give 11? Okay, thank you, Dianca. So let's get on. So it's 8 and 3, right? So you can write this as 12x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Then I'll take out the common factor for the first two. That will be 4x. And then I'll get 2x plus 2. Alright? Then natural factor to be 3x there plus 2. Plus, here it becomes 1 times 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Right? So this is a 3x. So what this means is my two factors, my two binomial factors are going to be 4x. Rather, let me start with the common factor, which is 3x. So I'm going to write it here. It will be 3x plus 2 times 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So what that means is 3x plus 2 equal to 0, or 4x plus 1 will be equal to 0. So that will give me x equal to negative 2 over 3, or x equal to minus 1 over 4. Then you are done. All right? Okay? All right, so for today, I just want to stop there. Is there anyone who has got a question? The next time that I see you, I'm going to do question 25 because it's a little bit more complex. I need to see you face to face when I talk about question 25. Do you have a question? Okay. Don't have a question, then thank you so much for today. We'll stop there. When I see you tomorrow, you are coming to school. Right. I'm going to the Maths Awards. Okay, I was invited to because of my matrix from last year, who got so many distinctions. So the school's gonna get an award because of that. So I might see you maybe one period of the two periods that we are supposed to have. If I manage to come back earlier, maybe I'll see you for one period. If I don't, then I might not see you for the whole day tomorrow. Okay, so that I'll see you next week. But we'll carry on with the online lesson on Monday. Then when you come the next time that we see each other face to face, I'll talk about question number 25. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Take care.